On Halloween night, when neighbors come by to trick or treat, our next guest likes to invite them in for a warm bowl of something delicious. Roberta Lombardi, the creator of The Elegant Occasion, likes to teach people how to entertain and create positive memories for your family any time of the year. It's always great to have you with us,
Thank
Roberta.
you.
All right, yeah, Halloween, you invite everybody in?
Well, you know, the neighbors, the people that live in
People
our
you know.
area that we know, and the kids are friends. And, you know, with everybody's busy lives, you think you see your neighbors a lot. You really don't, because everybody's scattered, going their different ways. So it's a nice night. They're out. Everybody's in a good mood. They're with their kids. And it's fun for the kids.
Absolutely. And you've been doing this recipe for how long now?
You know, I've made it for several years. It's a great dish to bring to somebody's house. So every once in a while we'll switch off with whose house we're going to go to. And this is what I bring, because it's a little different.
And this is a chicken chili.
Yes.
Is it spicy?
It can be.
It can be.
I find that I add just enough pepper to give you a little bit of heat in the back of the throat, but not so much that the kids can't have it.
Right, because as you said,
Right.
you serve it on
Right.
Halloween now. You want to make
Right.
sure the kids like it too.
Exactly.
Very good. All right, what are our ingredients?
Okay. In here I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 large onion chopped, and a few cloves of garlic. And I just sweated them out, let them become
I
translucent.
love that term, sweat. You just want it clear,
You
right?
want
The
them
onion's
clear. You want all their flavors to release into the olive oil. And I'm adding a red and yellow bell pepper that I've just seeded and
You really
chopped
sneak
up.
into veggies, don't you? Because the kids
Oh, sure.
don't get enough of it.
Sure, and it's what makes it so hearty. Now I also have a poblano pepper. Poblano peppers are right from Mexico, also called the pasilla. They're green, heart-shaped, usually very mild, but I do want to caution you that every once in a while you can get a hot one. So when I'm chopping them up, I always taste test a little bit just to make sure that, you know, I didn't get something that tastes more like a jalapeno.
So did you already put some in there?
Now they're all in there.
Okay.
And this is just gonna all come together for a few minutes, and I'm going to add my spices. Now this is where you can season to taste. So I have 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I have a teaspoon of ground cumin. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. There's your heat. There's your main heat. So if you want it hotter, add more. You want a little bit less, add less. And then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander. Coriander actually comes from a plant called the coriandrum, and that's where we get the cilantro leaves. So the leaves are the cilantro, and the seeds of the plant are the coriander. And it's spicy, and it's nutty, and it actually has a bit of a citrus flavor to it. Perfect in a dish like this.
Smells
so
great
I
already.
Just coat all the vegetables. 2 teaspoons of salt. And now I'm going to add a 28-ounce can of plum tomatoes.
There you
go.
go.
You want to
I'll
pour
hold
it?
it, yeah.
Sure.
Ready?
Yes. 28-ounce can of plum tomatoes, yes.
Okay.
That I have pureed because I don't want the pieces of chunky tomatoes, but you can certainly use a diced tomato, a 28-ounce can of diced if you'd like.
Yeah, because some people do like their tomatoes chunky.
Right. And 1 can, 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, like a Hunt's tomato sauce. And I'm going to add to that a 1.5 cups of water. And now I have a can of white cannellini beans. They're creamier than a red kidney bean. And
Can you do the red kidney bean?
you could, of course you could, but I think it pairs up nicer with the white meat of the chicken. And a can of black beans that I've drained.
I love black beans.
I love black beans too. So now we're going to let that simmer for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add my chicken. And all I did, it was so easy, is I took some breasts. Well, I took some breasts with the skin on, bone in, rubbed them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and thyme, and roasted them in the oven for 30 minutes. Let them cool and shredded it up. Now, if you want to do something even a little more,
This is the part I like.
go buy a rotisserie chicken.
Exactly.
And just shred that up. And it's different because I think a lot of times you have a chicken or a turkey chili, it's ground meat, where this you have the texture of these nice meaty pieces of chicken.
While you're doing that, what's happening with your cable show?
Well, I have a Thanksgiving episode airing in November where I do basically every side dish you can imagine for Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm really excited about that, and I share with you my table decorations and traditions that I have with my girls.
You're on how many?
30.
30
now.
towns?
Yes,
This is
I know,
great.
it's grown. It's great.
And also on Connecticut Magazine.
Connecticut
You're going to be
Magazine.
in the magazine.
Yes, it hits newsstands on Tuesday, and it may be in your mailbox if you're a subscriber to it already. And I'm sharing with you my holiday entertaining tips, and they're also going to give you my pecan cranberry turkey dressing on their website.
And this is a dressing that you always
Oh,
make?
I love this dressing.
I can't
Yes, love it.
wait.
It's made with a whole grain bread, pecans and cranberries and macadamia nuts. It's really delicious.
All right, back to your chili.
All right.
You also brought along some
I brought
cornbread.
some cornbread because gotta have cornbread with chili.
And did you make this too?
I made that as well, and this recipe will be provided on your website.
Yes.
And they're really moist and they're light because I use egg whites.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to add
Our chicken.
now I did 2 really large chicken breasts.
Okay.
In this recipe, this would serve 6 if it was your main course. So this is going to cook, and then I want you to taste it
So
when
on
we come back to
Halloween
the
night,
kitchen.
you must make a ton of this.
Yes, but I also make the beef. So everybody has a little something, and you know what else I like to do is maybe throw in a pot of like a chicken soup. So if you don't want the stew, you don't want the chili, you have soup, a little smorgasbord comforting.
You have cornbread, you've got all different types of artisan breads.
Right, and then, for the kids, I do a favorite cookie. And this year I found these adorable little Halloween clothespins that look like witches or ghosts or goblins.
Yeah.
So wrap them all up pretty with the Halloween clothespin.
We
Take
actually
'em
have a bowl of the chili
Yes,
right
a bowl
here,
of the
ready
chili
to eat.
right here.
And what are you going to do to it to just finish it
Well,
off?
these are the toppings my family likes. So I have manchego cheese, a sour cream, the fresh cilantro, jalapeno jack, some scallions, and of course, if you want some added heat, some jalapenos.
All right. Roberta, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And happy Halloween to
You
you.
too.
We're going to try this later in the
Yes,
show.
absolutely.
Okay. Great. To learn more about Roberta, you can always check out theelegantoccasion.com.